Hello, friends. If you're a real estate broker or a real estate agent, maybe you're an insurance agent or some other professional who is licensed by your state and you get paid under your social security number, and then you transfer that income to some sort of business entity like S-Corp, then I want to talk to you because I think you might be making a big mistake. And I'm starting to see this more and more. I don't know how people get this information, but I think when something gets out, then it becomes very popular and people start telling their friends and then their friends start following it. And then all of a sudden we start to see a big problem. For example, lately when I'm talking to clients, especially when they're calling for consultation, I look at their income, and usually that income, for example, let's say if you're an insurance agent or you're a real estate agent, is actually belongs to your social security number. So, your broker, your wherever you're getting paid from, they're issuing the check or, paying you under your social. And then somewhere along the way, they learn that they can actually pay less taxes by transferring that income into some sort of corporation, whether it's a C-Corp or S-Corp or some other structure, whatever they might have. Different people have it different for different reasons. I've heard all kind of reasoning behind it, but I'm not going to get into that because all of those things are wrong anyways. Doesn't really make any sense. But people do it. So people do it all the time. I see it, but I want to get this out there that might be a big mistake in case of an audit. As a matter of fact, that can be very damaging to you. So let me walk you through the scenario. This is how it works. Let's say you become a new insurance agent or real estate agent or some other professional. Most likely you're licensed under your social security number, right? Because you don't really need to have any fancy corporation or anything like that. This is totally fine, totally okay. You're good to go. And, maybe the first year you get small paycheck, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, something like that. And then somebody in your industry said, hey, by the way, this year you're going to make $100,000, $200,000. It's probably a good idea for you to set up a corporation. Like I said, whether it's an S-Corp, C-Corp, different conversation, but regardless, they set up some sort of corporation structure. And then they say, you know what, file the tax return under this corporation instead of your personal name, because this is going to save you on taxes. Now, they might go to a tax professional and they might say, well, that doesn't make any sense. If you earn the income under your social, you should be filing it under your social. That means Schedule C. It doesn't make sense to file it under S-Corp. So they get smart. They go back to their friends, they talk to the other fellow, insurance agents, real estate agents, how they are doing it. And the answer they come up with is, hey, don't tell your tax accountant anything about it. What you want to do is simply tell your brokerage to deposit the money in your corporation. So as far as accountant is concerned, they're going to see income coming to your brokerage. And then from that brokerage, income coming into your S-Corp or C-Corp bank account, and then they're going to take that as an income, and then you write off whatever expenses and you pay taxes on your net income. That's the strategy they tell them. And that is perhaps true as well, because as a tax professional, our job is not to be a police and investigate on every single dollar that you earn and where that dollar came from. What we are really concerned from is, have we accounted for proper income and have we accounted for all the deductions and depreciations and all that kind of good stuff to the best of our knowledge at that particular point. That's all we do. So we don't really dig into any of other details. So, people do that. And, tax professional might just file your corporate return and then build out your personal return and all that kind of good stuff. And this may go on for several years until you get into trouble. So let me help you understand it, and then and hopefully you fix this issue going forward. If you're licensed by a state under your social, that means that social is the one who earned the income. Okay? And when your social earns the income, that means you're going to file Schedule C. And on Schedule C, you're going to claim all your expenses, and you still pay your self-employment tax, you pay your federal tax and all that kind of good stuff. There is nothing to do with corporation at all here. So sometimes people get really defensive about this, and they say, what do you mean? I have a management company. I heard XYZ on YouTube or Instagram or somewhere else. I have this management company that I'm paying the amount to. I'm okay with that argument. I have no problem with it. But the question is, what exactly did this corporation did in order to earn that fees that you paid them? So let's just go back and put it simply. Let's say you earn $100,000 under your social, okay? And then you transfer that $100,000 to your corporation. So you essentially, corporation is a separate entity. That means you're paying them the $100,000 to provide you some services, correct? So you need to answer, well, what exactly did they provide you? Who sold the insurance? You did. Who did the marketing for that insurance? You did. Who went to the client? You did. Which car did you drive? Your car. All the services being provided by you, not by corporation, not by anybody else. It's you. You're the one doing all that. So my question to you is, what did corporation provide? What exactly did they do other than filing your tax return? Right? Don't you see that all you did was transfer the income from you to corporation without having any business logic in between? And that is where this entire strategy kind of falls apart. And I'm seeing more and more of it where people kind of just take some random advice from different people. And I know, for example, if I talk stuff like this video not going to get a lot of clicks. People don't care about this stuff, right? People care about, doing things that can save them money. Doing things right is often their second choice. They would much rather save on their taxes. They would much rather have more money in their bank account than doing things right. But if you don't do things right, that can come back and haunt you. And I'm seeing more and more every single year happening. Obviously, when we come in, we explain to the client, hey, this is not the right way. There's a better way to structure this stuff. There's a better way to deal with this business. But it comes with its own sets of problems. So we need to kind of discuss that. And that's why before you do anything, before you go set up a corporation, before you make these decisions, please do consultation. I say it again and again, and it sounds like weird, like, maybe I'm just trying to sell, consultation services, which in one way is correct, but more importantly is that's the only way. Like, I get so many calls, people want to say, oh, I just have a question. Well, if you have a question, set up a consultation. That's what the question is for, right? There's no quick answers. I need to understand what you're doing, how are you doing, what your end goal are, how the money going to. I can't do that in a quick question. Nobody can. If you're going to depend on quick question, you're going to get a quick answer, and most likely that's going to be the wrong answer. So I hope that helps. If you're an insurance agent, real estate agent, please don't fall into that trap. That can get you in a lot of trouble. If you're taking the income, if you're the one providing all the services, then income obviously belongs to you. You should be filing Schedule C. Don't go that corporation route because that can get you in a lot of trouble. It does not make any sense. In matter of fact, it could be really bad because if you have a corporation, let's say if you have an S-Corp or something, most likely you're running a payroll, right? And then you're not even paying full tax on that entire income because you only pay taxes on your payroll, and rest is being treated as a profit share from that S-Corp. So in matter of fact, you're paying less in taxes. And if there's an audit and IRS says, hey, look, this corporation has no business, all you're doing is transferring money from your personal name to a corporation, then guess what? Now all of a sudden you're responsible for all of those taxes as well, and that can get you in a lot of trouble as well. So be safe. Don't play with IRS. Do the right thing. That's my message to you today. If you need my help, go to taxcodeadvisors.com and set up a consultation appointment from there. You can always reach out to me via WhatsApp. I'm here. If I can help you with your taxes, then don't hesitate to reach out either. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.